Hey everybody, it's Master Galengeist here, bringing you my review for War of the Realms Issue 3. And this is a pretty good issue because we're moving into the phase of the event where we're kind of moving against Malekith's forces, so we kind of see all the different heroes kind of going up against Malekith and their own different kind of missions, while also seeing Malekith trying to cement his control over what he's already gained in Midgard. So the issue starts off, we see Freya laying out the information to Captain America, pretty much saying that she's got to be the one that leads the team to go to Svartalheim to destroy the Black Bifrost, and instead tasking Cap with going and saving her son Thor, while handing him Jarnbjorn, so that way he can more effectively take on the forces. And he just responds with a, "Yes, ma'am," he's going for it. And I'm like, hell yeah, I love that with Cap. He's talking with his friend's mom, and he's like, yeah, of course I'm going to go save my friend. And of course I'm going to go save your son. No problem. So he is tasked with getting up his strike force and going into Jotunheim. We also see that Daredevil is being the one that is being tasked with using the Bifrost and takes Håkon, the sword that Heimdall usually uses, and of course they're having like back and forth of if he can handle it, and he does, and he's like the god without fear, and he hears everything pretty much. It's kind of crazy. So everybody starts getting sent off to their different corners. We see Cap is leading his force that consists of Spider-Man, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, and Wolverine. Pretty solid strike team if you're going into giant territory. And I like the banter back and forth between them. With Spidey like, who uses a shield for combat, as he's saying this to Captain America. And then, of course, Luke is not having it with what's going on, but Danny has really gotten into it and is really into the sword and sandals kind of stuff. And of course, Luke Cage is like, if you think you're trying to get me into sandals, when he then has his horse taken out from him by a frost giant arrow, and of course, this strike team starts going after what they need to go after. And we've also seen that Jane and the one-armed destroyer armor are also helping defend the Bifrost as everybody is sent to different kind of corners. We then see Svartalheim as Freya is trying to sneak in, having the She-Hulk pose as a troll, and Robbie Reyes as a kind of denizen of Muspelheim. But of course, she's trying to talk with the Dark Elves there, and they of course question the two other bigger ones, and it turns out that it's Blade and Punisher. Punisher ain't having that shit, and pretty much just decides to gun down the guys, which then they have to switch to pretty much driving Robbie's car to the Black Bifrost as they're trying to take out everything that's going on. We switch over and we see that Malekith is pretty much taking over Europe. We see the Black Knight has been defeated, and Malekith is messing around with his ebony blade. It's like, that's not good. So Carol comes into effect, bringing her kind of group. We get all different kinds of people in there. We got even Weapon H. We got the Winter Soldier. We've got Captain Britain, and we've got Venom. We got a lot of different people in this. And I'm like, oh, I really like how they brought up a lot of different heroes into this event. And they're pretty much clashing, and Venom decides to go after Malekith. It's like, okay, I'll see how this goes. So we then start switching back and forth. We see that our heroes in Jotunheim are able to take on the Frost Giants and are just following a river of giant blood trying to get to Thor. In Svartalheim, our strike force is able to get to the Black Bifrost and are trying to use She-Hulk's powers as essentially a gamma bomb to destroy the Black Bifrost. While this is all going on, we see that the Bifrost is under attack, and Daredevil's not doing so well, and at a critical juncture, one of the Dark Elves that were sent into the attack blows up the Bifrost again. Well, it was kind of already blown up. It wasn't like completely and utterly reformed, but they kind of damage it enough so that way people can't use it. Freya gets this, and then you have to switch from destroying the Black Bifrost to trying to take control of it. So I kind of like that shift and how they're like having to switch up their plan on the fly. So She-Hulk's like, Hey, I got all this gamma energy. Screw all you guys. Wabash. We then see that Malekith has decided is getting kind of monologue by Venom with him not being really impressed with him as a Thor villain, and Malekith is able to kind of talk with the symbiote, talking about Null and the Necrosword and everything, makes the Ebony Blade on fire and stabs Venom, and he kind of freaks the hell out, and we don't see Venom or Malekith afterwards. So that's a kind of weird one, and I'm interested to see how that affects the event and what goes on with that. We also see some other characters and see what's going on throughout the rest of the world. We see Roz is trying to deal with Roxxon in Antarctica. We see that the Fantastic Four are trying to hold New York, and just kind of seeing everybody kind of bounced around until we eventually end back in Jotunheim, where our group has found Thor on a mountain of frost giant bodies in a berserker rage, pretty much with the hammer's not completely gone, but it's nubbed completely, and he is missing his prosthetic arm, screaming for Malekith to bring him more Odin damned frost giants and shit. And it's like, the page is beautiful, and how it details just how fucked up Thor is, but how he just doesn't give a crap and is just ready for more. It's like, holy crap, how are they going to get him down from this to get him to the point where it's like, we really need, we have to get you out of here because Midgard's in trouble. We need the mighty Thor. So that ended on a pretty great note, and I can't wait to see where this event goes next. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.